Connie, thank you very much for being back at IESE. Thank you for being in this conversation in which we are hoping to learn a lot from you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mireia, for having me back. It's very exciting to be back at IESE.
So, Connie, you work with a lot of people who are in transition between jobs or that are considering new avenues for their careers. And so what are the main trends that you see today affecting the job market? And what are the competencies that are most in demand?
Well, they're very big questions, Mireia. No, what I see is, for example, obviously the impact of everything around artificial intelligence has a major impact on, first of all, the competencies, but also on people's endeavors, no, to move into one industry or the other. So there's a very big trend of people from traditional industries moving into tech companies and e-commerce companies in order to be part of that journey. So competencies, I think, is curiosity. I think that is the bottom line of every single job searcher. No? So everything is changing so rapidly that you have to maintain a certain curiosity, a growth mindset, in order to develop your skills further. And it doesn't matter whether you're 25 or whether you're 50 or 55. So the world is actually ever changing, so you have to maintain curiosity. That also means that you have to maintain adaptable, you have to be creative. There are a lot of situations we have to solve where we don't have any precedences for. So that means problem solving, critical thinking is actually the main competencies I think I would ask for.
Connie, you studied an MBA, an executive MBA here. So what are the main advantages of someone that has studied an MBA and in an international environment? Is it still relevant to do an MBA, and why?
Certainly so. Yeah. So first of all, if you do an MBA, it has an impact, first of all, on your credibility. It doesn't matter how senior you are. And for junior professionals who've just done their MBA or also an executive MBA with a little bit more experience, it definitely is a very, very good starting point in reaching your North Star of becoming someone with leadership responsibilities. The subjects you're studying in the MBA, they're very diverse and transversal, and you work normally in one team, and the teams are always composed out of different backgrounds. Internationally minded people, certainly female, male compositions. No? So you definitely learn the teamwork and collaboration skill set is very, very important. And then the preparation for the case studies. No? So you're in a laboratory where you see a lot of companies and the case studies and what challenges they face, and you can really go in there and study that, analyze the challenges, discuss that in your team, and then come to class with your solutions. No?
So Connie, there are a lot of job opportunities that are never publicly opened, right? So how does this hidden job market works? How can people access it? Because it's hidden, right?
No, absolutely. And it's actually a fair share of job openings which are not published. I think depending on the country, it probably ranges between 50% and 60% of job openings which are not publicly offered. For one part, it's probably because companies always look in their own company whether there are new starters, talents which they need to propel into leadership roles, for example, which I think it's a fantastic thing to do. On the other hand, especially smaller companies, they reach out to their network first. So if you wanted to work in a certain industry or in a certain field, then you should start creating your network around that. So not only for the next role, but for the next and for the next, so that you are on the radar.
So that means that also your personal branding has a lot to do with that, or is a complete different thing?
It has to do with that, certainly. So if you're known to be a very good professional, so obviously you're really the master of your own destiny. That means that if you're a high performer, for example, that also is very easy for other people who worked with you to recommend you for the next role. The other thing is that if you don't have clear what you want to do in your next step, nobody else will help you. and your network won't help you. So if you can define and articulate your next professional project, it will be much, much easier to work your network and then reach your next position.
So then it's about a clear vision of where you want to be and who you want to become, so that you can clearly, in a compelling way, transmit that to others, so that they can help you.
Yeah, absolutely. You should never think that if you send your CV to a recruiter, for example, or an executive search company, and say, okay, I have done this, do you have an opening for me? No, I can't do the job for you. I won't. So the right thing would be, I'm aspiring to be da-da-da, and my skill sets, which I believe are matching my next position, is this and this and this and this. And with that kind of articulation and selling proposal, no? So what's my unique selling proposition? Then it's much, much easier also for your network to recommend you to other places.
So it's a bit counterintuitive, because generally we think the broader we are, the more options we have. But what you are saying is that we have to be clear, I guess that somewhat flexible, but we have to be clear where we want to be and what is our value proposition, right?
Absolutely.
Beyond technical expertise, that obviously, it's always important, right? So what are the main competencies and skills that companies are expecting young professionals to contribute to the job?
So starting a little bit broader, I think that if you have the best technical competencies, it doesn't make you a good fit for every company. Yeah. So first of all, company culture needs to be fitted for every professional. Further to that, I would say that communication skills, although it may be very generic, but if you can be the brightest person, but if you can't communicate your ideas in a strategic manner, then you're probably not as impactful as someone who communicates very well.
So thank you very much, Connie, for giving us light on how to seize the hidden job opportunities, how to develop skills, and how to be more effective in searching for a job and a career. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, Mireia.